So today we're going to talk about goal setting and business planning for 2019. So if any of you guys know me well, you know that I love goals. I carry goals in my wallet. I have goals that I look at every day. I'm anal. I'm overzealous with goals because Zig Ziglar, famous motivation speaker, said, if you don't have a goal, you will hit it with incredible aim. And so I'm a huge believer in goals and setting them and chasing them. So who here keeps goals? Who here has already written goals for 2019? Okay, nobody. Awesome. You guys are all in the right spot. Perfect. If you had, you could have just left because that's all we're going to do. Cool. So, Harvard University, Harvard Business School. We would all say that's a pretty reputable place. Could be. Could be? Okay. Harvard Business School in 1978 did a survey of their business school students, of their business school graduates. Of those, only 10% had goals. Actually, like when they sat down with the counselor on their exit interview, they asked a question if they had goals. And only 10% of the students said yes. Then they asked those people if they were written down goals. And only 3% had written goals. They went back and surveyed them 30 years later, 2008, and some pretty crazy findings. Of the 10% of people that had goals, they were worth, their net worth was 4 times on average that of the other 90%. Just by having a goal, not even writing it down, but just by having a goal in your brain, over a course of a 30-year period of time, that person was able to just completely blow away 4 times more the net worth than their other classmates. The 3% that had written goals, written down, focused, clear goals, they were worth more combined than the other 97% put together. Isn't that crazy? Goals. Everybody talks about goals. Everybody says goals, 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 goals. But what I have found in talking with people, I've met with a lot of you guys individually. A lot of you guys do have goals. A lot of you guys have some written down goals. Some of you say, well, I'm going to do this next year. And, I've met with a lot of people, and, I've coached a lot of people. And what I have found is that if you write down a goal, you can track yourself where you are throughout the year to see if you're on pace. As you guys have known, if you guys have been to some of my classes before, I literally look at my stuff and I break it down to the day about the work that I need to do every single day to hit my annual goal. And I know, and I can look at the end of the week and I can tell if I'm tracking to hit it or not. And now I'm anal, so you don't have to be like me. But what I wanted you guys to get out of here, and my big takeaway for you guys today, is to leave here with some written goals. I did a goal class 2 years ago, I think, over at Uno. Who here was at that goal class? Okay, cool. So not a lot of repeat offenders. So I basically took that presentation, I tweaked it a lot, and one of the things that I really wanted to get out of this presentation here today is I wanted to make sure. So we talked a lot about goals, but the big thing that I never did in my I always debrief myself whenever I'm done with everything. I didn't have you guys write goals. Like, you guys never left with goals. That's the whole point, right? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through and we're going to talk about your business plans. We're going to talk a lot about specific numbers. So if you guys want to open up your packets, we'll kind of get into it. We got a lot here to cover today. Does everybody shoot?
You have goal setting.
Yes.
What happens when you don't meet your goal?
Well, it depends. Some of my goals I meet, some of them I don't. Some of them, I have a business coach. And I've done carrot and stick things with my business coach. 2 years ago, I had a goal, a personal income goal that I really wanted to reach. hit that goal by $3,000. If I didn't hit that goal, I had to take my son's Power Wheels away. And you don't want to take a Power Wheels away before you. So I literally, I just got over the hump, but I was there by 3 grand in my personal income goal. So I worked well with that. What I found is, personally, I'm not motivated by a stick. I'm motivated by a carrot. Difference between sticks and carrots, sticks being consequences, carrots being, whatever. So, a positive thing. I hit one of my goals. I've never been outside of the U.S. or Canada. Well, other than driving to Alaska or the greater Montreal, Ottawa area. I'm not a well-traveled person. So one of my goals was to go to Mexico. Not a huge place, but I'm going to the Maya Riviera in February because I would rather chase something than run away from something. So I mean, a carrot stick. And what I've found is that's a great way to be an indicator. But the thing that I've also found is that if you're going to put penalties or rewards on something, you truthfully need an accountability partner, whether that's a coach, a friend, a confidant, whatever it is. You need to have somebody you're sitting down with frequently to make sure that you're on track to meet those things. Make sense?
Okay.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So the first thing does everybody have a pen?
Yes.
Cool. Also, got you guys some cool swag this time. Check this out. You guys like this? Right? Right? Our phone number, right here, office phone number. We have a new service too, that if you text this number on the weekends, we can update a pre-qual, we can get you numbers for a client. If you have a number somewhere, so, that's the number. So if you guys need anything, call, text, whatever it is. That's a plug. Cool. So, okay, cool. So, 1-year business plan. Okay. So, this is what we're going to start with. What is your taxable income going to be for 2018? We're not quite at the end of the year. So, what is your taxable income going to be in real estate? Okay. So, think about that. I mean, you guys might not know the act, but if you don't super know, just kind of ballpark it for this, okay? And if you guys need other forms to go through and dial these in later, we can certainly do that, okay? Now, taxable income, that's gross less expenses, okay? So, we don't want to talk about our GCI because that's not an accurate number when we get down later on to this, okay? What's that? It's not March. It's not April 15th yet. Come on. What's that? You get to keep these. These are yours. These are all yours for you. And if you guys don't know and you want to just play with them later, they're there. Okay? No, this is all for you guys individually. How many units have you closed or will you close by the end of the year? Now, it's not like I got this one deal writing on there and going on black that it's there. Definitively, this deal is closing in December. Okay, we want to be accurate with our numbers. We want to be transparent with our numbers. How many staff members do you guys have? Show of hands. Does anybody have any team members? Kathy does? Does Kathy have an assistant? Anybody else have an assistant? Okay. Okay. Some of you guys. Okay, guys. Normally, meetings like this, presentations like this, phones are not encouraged. When everybody pull out their phone, everybody's got a phone, I assume. Everybody's got a calculator on the phone? Okay, we're gonna use that. Okay. take your income, divide that by 2,080. Who here knows what 2,080 is?
Hours a week. A year.
Full-time hours a week. You work 40 hours a week.
Seems like it.
50 hours, 52 weeks a year. That's 2,080. 2080. No, for the year. Your annual income divided by 2,080. That is your hourly rate. If you work 40 hours a week. That is your hourly rate.
Someone works 40 hours.
It is.
Aww.
Now, some of you guys are going to need to adjust that. Some of the people, it's going to be 1,000. Some of the people, it's going to be 3,000. But what I want to show you guys, what I want to tell you guys, is that a lot of you guys are actually closing a lot of business. And if your number is over $15 an hour, significantly over $15 an hour, you guys need to hire an assistant, because your business will blow up. Your business will absolutely blossom. I'll tell you, hiring people is one of the most scary things that you can do. Hired a lot of people, but having my team is awesome. Like, I would not be anywhere near where I am without my team. Like, I was literally meeting with a customer, doing a loan application, and they were over here setting this thing up. All I literally do is just come here and talk. Like, I mean, my team is absolutely fantastic. But if your number on there is significantly more than $15 an hour, your income will continually grow and just catapult if you have people to help you. And when you're hiring people initially, it doesn't need to be a licensed buyer's agent. You just need somebody out there to do some of the marketing and put things in the system for you, and just your basics, so you can go do higher dollar an hour activities. If you spend your time producing more dollars, you can pay lots of people to do other stuff. Does that make sense? Cool. How much are your business expenses? You guys haven't done your taxes yet, so you might not know that, but just throw out a number. Who here tracks where their business comes from? Okay. So about 25% of the room. Okay, cool. So write that down. If you don't know, estimate. Where does your business come from? Does it come from your database? Does it come from past customers? Does it come from networking and business relationships that you have? Does it come from sign calls? Does it come from online leads? Where is your business coming from? Because if you're not tracking that and you don't know where your business is coming from, you can never improve on it. Or, like if you're spending tons of money online and you're not getting any return on that, do we want to, you can make a business decision on your business if that's working for you. Or, if you're not getting any from your past customers and tons from online, well then let's lean into online. But you have to know your numbers and how you're converting in your own individual business to know how to be a better business person, so that you know how to improve on your own business. Does that make sense? Cool. Does everybody have that down or estimated? Okay, cool. So the coaching training, the core training, the group that I'm part of, what they say is the perfect model is 50% from your database and past customers, 25% from business networking, and then 25% from other, whether that be sign calls, online, what have you. Okay?
Okay, sorry, can you say that again?
50% from your database and past customers, 25% from business relationships, out networking in the community, and then 25% from other calls, online, what have you. Okay, number 6 is a hard question. Look in the mirror. What's your biggest weakness? What's the one thing you need to improve on? Is it lead generation? Is it lead conversion? Follow-up? Gray hair? Couple? That's where the gray hair comes from, I mean. Okay, number 7. You're going to go look back here. This is where you need your calculator again. Divide your units by your income. What is your average net income per unit? I'm fighting all these fires on this deal. How much am I actually making? If it's a couple $100, you should just go flip burgers. I mean, it's not worth the stress. How much money are you making per unit? If you don't know what you're making per unit, it's hard to figure that out. How much did you save last year? Anybody track how much they saved?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
2018 is 38%. 38% of every dollar I made was saved in retirement or debt reduction. Carrie just partying. She's going all over the place. She's loving it. Cool. How many hours a week are you working? It's a tough question. Different times of the year. It depends on the week. Depends on where you are. But ballpark, on average, how many hours a week do you think you work if you were to average out the whole year? Okay? Just in real estate, if you guys are doing other things, not those businesses, but just real estate. What's your average sales price? If you guys know these numbers and you know them well, you can look at your business like a business professional and figure out where you need to improve, where you need to cut back. You can see where you can go all in, where you need to pull back from, and actually analyze your business from a dollars and cents point of view. God bless you.
Thank you.
How'd everybody like that? Good? Tough questions in there? Some things, I mean, we obviously, I'm not your CPA, so I don't know if you need to know, but whatever. You haven't gotten there yet. You'll get there April 15th, 16th. But don't file for the extent. Okay, let's go to the next page. Unless you. Nobody else needs it. Okay. (2019). So basically now we're going to answer a lot of the same questions, but we're going to forecast forward to the year. So we'll go through this whole thing again, and if you guys want, I'll send you copies of these so that if you can do them more accurately at home and really dial them in, that's that. Okay, so Taylor, can you make a note to send everybody that? Okay, thank you. Cool. What do you want your taxable income to be in 2019? And that's net, it's not gross. How much do you want to pay Uncle Sam? And the answer shouldn't be 0, but... Okay. Does everybody have a business card? Cool. Exactly. We see you always got the right answer. Look at that.
He needs right here now.
Oh, I have one.
Oh, see. I failed.
That's okay. Okay, I want everybody to pull out a business card. You can borrow one of Shirley's.
Call me when you need something.
In the car.
Okay, guys ever got a business card? This is your goal. How much money do you want to make in 2019? I want you guys to write it down. Done this every year. How beat up this thing is. Done this every year. I write down how much money I want to make on a business card. I put it in my wallet. That way, every time I open my wallet, I see how much money I want to make. I've bred it into my brain how much cash I want to make. Okay? Write down how much money you want to make. Put it in your wallet. Your call. I put down net. I want to know how much money I want to net.
I just have something serious to share with everybody. Because of my past year in business, I initially started working for a gentleman who's no longer in business.
All right, guys. Let's talk. What are you talking?
I initially started working for someone who's no longer in the business, Chuck Bissett, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And those of you that know me well know I'm very strong-minded.
Really?
and Chuck would call us in every January to start our goal setting. And I would resist it. I mean, I thought, this man, what does he know? I don't need to do this. And every year I'd sit at the desk for 3 hours. And I finally learned that, but I just want to share with you one thing. I have a brother-in-law who is 78 years old. He's had 3 multi-million-dollar businesses that he started. And I asked him what was the major feature of his success. And he took me into his office. Now, he's 78. He's semi-retired, making over $500,000 a year. And on his wall board were his goals for the year, and next to it were how many of those goals he had reached to date, with the dollar amount under it. Now, this sounds really hokey, and I share it with my office. They'll tell you, I firmly believe in goal setting. Whether you're semi-retired, retired, or going full steam ahead, if you have a goal and set it, so this is all very, very serious stuff, it works. And you may not believe it sitting here and doing this, but it works. And he's proof, and I know that.
Thanks, Mike. No, it's true. I mean, who here's been in my office? Not in my building, but in my actual office. Those two definitely have. You know, and some goals are personal, and some goals aren't. But they know what all of my goals are. They can probably recite all my goals for the year, because they literally look at them every single day. We like here's my desk, here's where the customers sit, and on the back wall is I have my whiteboard, and then all my goals, and then I update them every month and every quarter. And one of the things that we'll talk about, let's get through this first. But if you don't have goals, you're going to hit it with incredible aim. You got to actually know what you're shooting at to be able to go for it. Okay, where were we? Taxable income. We did the business card exercise. Pretty cool though. I mean, I've done this for 8 or 9 years now, for what I want to make, and it's the first year I didn't do it. So I'm gonna keep, it's the first year I didn't make what I wanted to make. I was under.
Expectation?
What's that?
Was it an unrealistic goal, perhaps?
No, it was a 20% stretch goal. What I do every year is I try and grow. Take my last number. I try and go at about 20%. I think if you do that 20%, 20% is you're reaching, but it's not unobtainable. But yeah, I think it's doable. And you gotta reach for the stars a little bit, you know. So what's that?
No Mexico.
That was a different thing. Okay. How many units do you need? So go back and look at number 7 in last year's numbers. Okay? What did you make per unit? Take what you want to make this year and divide what you want to make by the amount of units it's going to take to hit it. Is that a realistic number? Who here has a realistic number to hit that amount of units? Yeah, it's realistic. It's not hard. You guys can do it. Okay, getting back to what we talked about earlier. you need to hire staff to hit that goal? Do you need a team? Maybe yes, maybe no. What's that?
Always better to have a team.
I love my team. I take a bullet for them any day. I absolutely love my team. My team we wouldn't be a fraction of what we are if it wasn't for them. My team is absolutely awesome. Like, some of the things that you guys have come up and told me, like, oh, Adam, that was such an awesome idea. I'm like, oh, they don't freaking know what we're doing. I trust them implicitly, and they're like, can we do this? I'm like, go ahead, get it done. Like, whatever it is. Just make sure it's not ridiculously going to cost me a lot of money. We have that conversation, don't we? Cool. So that's that. If you guys are doing, with our average loan size here in Clinton County, if you're doing more than 3 or 4 deals a month on average, 3 or 4 deals asides a month, if you figure out those numbers backwards, you should be hiring a staff member. Because if you hire a staff member for $12 or $15 an hour, that will help you propel your business. And I'll tell you one thing, when you hire staff, you will work a lot extra harder because that's another family you got to feed. You want to talk about a stick? You want to talk about like I got to make a lot of money every month just to feed everybody. You know, like so definitely something to think about. What will your business expenses be for 2019? Can you cut some? Do you need to grow? Sometimes you got to spend money to make money.
You talk to your tax guy and you really need to have more expenses.
Oh, yeah.
Not a question.
We can always find write-offs, right? Cool. Next year, 2019. Now, if you did the exercise previously, you know where your business is coming from. What was your big takeaway from that? What do you need to improve upon? Where do you need to get more business from? Where do you need to get less business from? That's usually it, this database. Past customers. Do you need to get more from business people in the community? We were talking about that the other day. Number 6, what do you need to improve upon personally? Lead gen, follow-up, conversion rate? If number 2 wasn't realistic, does your net income need to be better or worse to hit your goal? What does your net income need to be per transaction? We're going to keep that the same. We're going to add some more expenses. That's going to be a little bit more. If we're going to cut some expenses, it's going to be a little bit less. Less units you got to do. Maybe more attainable. You hire a staff person, you're going to need to do a lot more. If you want to make the same amount of money. What are you going to save in 2019? Karen says 2%. I'm going to make some 2%. I'm not even going to say that. If I have any left, we're going to Vegas. We're going to put it all back. I'm sorry.
Well, it's all good.
How many hours a week are you going to work? You need to increase your average sales price to help obtain your goals. You need to call on some of those bigger people, do you? Do you need to maybe go after some of those whale accounts? Do you need to go try and increase that average dollar size? We don't have huge luxury markets, but there are luxury markets in the area. Absolutely. And you know what, I'll tell you one thing? The guy buying the $400,000 house, that's a hell of a lot easier deal to close than the guy buying the $68,000 house. Somebody buying a $400,000 house, they can usually afford it. You can get about 12 of those deals done at the same time you get a $70,000 deal done.
the same work for both.
Exactly. Less.
Yeah, true, true.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's that? Birds of a feather flock together. If you chase $70,000 deals, you're going to get their $70,000 friends. If you chase $400,000 deals, you're going to get $400,000 friends. I'll help anybody, but almost anybody. but but seriously, but what I've found is the people that are buying those higher price houses, they're just a pleasure to work with. They're nice, polite people. They say thank you. They buy me a gift at the end of it. It's you can do a lot more for a lot less. Is this helpful? Projecting out your business? Show of hands. Everybody find this helpful? Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. So now we're going to talk about your whole life in general. Okay? I know we only have like 30 minutes, so we need like 6 hours to complete this. So we'll go fast. But this is an exercise called the Wheel of Life that I've been totally forgetting about this. Thank you. Getting back to how awesome the team is. I had one instruction that was hit the button and I not. So the Wheel of Life. So we're going to do the same thing. Where are you now? We're going to take a look at your life in a wheel-shaped form and then see where you need to improve. Okay? So just kind of go through this. We'll take 5 minutes to do this. Where are you? And I want you guys to kind of just take through what 2 things about each one of these. There's 7 spokes in this wheel, and we'll get to that here in just a second. How are you guys doing in your work? What's good? What's the biggest struggle that you're having? What do you need to work on? What's your biggest weaknesses for each one of these spokes? So work, I need to grow a bigger area. That's my big thing. I need to recruit more loan officers. Yeah. We brought on a branch a couple months ago down in Oneonta. I'm talking to another guy right now in Burlington. Possibly. Yeah, we'll talk. But my goal in 2019 is I really want to develop the Tri-Lake and St. Lawrence County markets. Those are the big things I need. I need help here to do that. Occasionally. It depends on who the person is and what they are. Because it's very different. The person's already doing it, or the person needs help for training. It might be a marketing rep, it might be everything else. But this is a pitch about my interview process. So, but okay, awesome. I sincerely appreciate that, Kathy. That's awesome. Look at that. Maybe I'm both pretty awesome. Money. My goal is to be debt-free other than real estate in 2019. What do you say? Have too much debt. Love life. I need to go on a date night every week, which means I need to leave the office every week at 5. I have a very hard time doing that. It's one of Taylor's jobs this year is to make sure I'm gone. Family. I want to make sure that I can be the best dad I can be. It's been one of my goals for a couple of years. I want to make sure I'm spending time with my boys. Spirituality. What does that mean to you? Does it mean going to church? Does it mean going for a walk in the woods? Yoga practice, meditating? Where are you struggling? Friends. You guys connected with your friends? Maybe a little too much. Maybe not enough. How are you doing on yourself? A couple years ago, I was doing really bad on myself. Poured everything I had in my business. Cost me a lot. So take that, kind of run through that, and rate those on a scale of 1 to 10. From where, and we all have our 1 to 10. I'll tell you, nobody's a 10. If you try to think you're a 10, you're full of yourself. You're not trying hard enough. You can always improve. rate yourself 1 to 10 on really, really bad to perfect in your eyes. Down for each one of those subjects. What is the biggest struggle of your whole life? If you fix that one thing, a lot of other problems go away. Mine is debt. If I can pay off my debt, a lot of these other boxes will get a lot better. Just kind of give me a show of hands when you're done. How's the food? You guys like this place? Nice. Service is so much better. I tell these guys that all the time. And the room is just, I think, set up so much better for it than that long thing. Cool. All right, so second part of this exercise. Take your ratings, 1 to 10, and we're going to draw a wheel on your life. So 0 is the hub. You know what the hub is? That's the middle part. Okay? And then draw it out. So put all little dots on where you are with family, your love life, cash, spirituality, friends, self, work. Like I said, I've done this for 5 years. I have never had a wheel that would run down the road. Usually like the Flintstones. Ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk. This year I changed a little bit. I morphed from a square to a rectangle. Some places got really good, some places got really bad.
I really like to do it, at home.
Yeah, put some thought to it. And like I said, we're going to send all these to you, so even if you have yours marked up and you want to do it over again, it's neat. But I keep these, and I do them every November. In real estate and mortgages, when does our year start? What's that? When is the beginning of our year? When does January start? For me, I call it November 1st. My year already started. If you want to make any strategic changes, if you want to do anything different in your business, if you want to do anything, your year already started. If you have a deal under contract today, if you write a house on a contract today, it's closing in 2019. If you haven't planned your year already, you're going to start late. I made that shift about 3-4 years ago. And when I made that shift, my business got better because my first quarters got better. Who here has had a bad first quarter? Right? Nobody? Wow, you guys are awesome. I should be teaching the class. But seriously, I do all of my goal setting, I do all my business planning. November is my slow month. I travel a ton. When I'm on the plane, I'm doing this. I'm setting up my year. I'm making my strategic plans. I'm chatting with my investors. I'm making things different so that next year I can be better. Because what I've noticed that if I implement these things in February or March, by the time I want to get around to implement them, it's the busy season and nothing actually happens. Okay. Does anybody have a wheel that would roll down the road? No? Cool. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Nobody's perfect. We all want to be, but getting there is a struggle of life. Okay. Where do you want to be? What do you have to do in your business, in your personal life, at home, at church, whatever it is, what do you have to do to have a perfect life? Where do you need to improve? Next year you're going to do these. So this is the cool thing. So I do this every year. I look at this every year. So we have this thing in the core called the Blue Beast. It's this monster book that I put all these silly forms in, and I just continue to go back and look at them every year. And it's really neat because now that I've done it for 5 years, I can really take a look at where I've been, what I've done, what I improved on, what I said I was going to improve on, what I didn't improve on, and I can really honestly take a look at it year over year. And then there's the same thing like the debt thing. I've been saying that's a problem for the last 4 years. Well, if I don't square my shoulders and deal with it, it's never going to be fixed. And lean all into it. So that's all I'm saying. So what do you have to do to increase this and have a more expanded wheel, a quote unquote better life next year? What do you need to work on? What are the 2 things in each number of things? And make them specific. Work. I will make X amount of money. I will close X amount of units. I will save X percent. Or I will save X dollars. I will pay off X debt. I will go on 1 date a week. Lovely. It's the only downside of bringing about your parties to the phone, There's most of the parties. I will go on 2 family vacations in 2019. What will you do is a statement, I will X.
2 vacations without family.
Ron, that's a decreased goal for you.
That's your spiritual goal.
There you go. What's the most important thing that you got to do this year? The number one thing. And we look at it all. Bottom question. What is the number one thing? And if you do that one thing, your life will be better in multiple aspects of your life. It will inflate your wheel. So it doesn't fix a flat. I'm pouring it in on this wheel, You don't love goals yet? I freaking love goals. Cool. Is everybody done with that? Cool. Okay, the next form. What is your 1-year vision? It's pretty cool. I've done this, I've done most of these forms for 5 years now, and it's pretty cool. So, your 1-year vision. So, what do you want to accomplish this year? There's a book called The 12-Week Year. 12-week year. 12-week year. Forget the author. Great book. Anybody read that book? Cool. Nice. It's just a really good book. Basically, one of the downfalls of goals, and the author kind of goes through and he says, a lot of people have goals. Fewer people have written goals for the year. What is the biggest problem about goals? Follow through. We're all lazy. You guys know that? We all procrastinate. The year is a long damn time. I don't need to start my goals until November. Right? Well, who else shopped for Christmas on New Year's Day? Christmas Eve, right? I don't need to buy presents yet. But it doesn't come until tomorrow. But it was a really neat book because it was a neat perspective on goals, and especially annual goals. And I implemented this about 2 years ago. One of my good friends sent me that book, and it's really neat because basically what it says, and we'll go through our annual goals here, but what it says is take your annual goals and take bites, because 12 weeks is 1 quarter. 12 weeks is 90 days. if you can take bite-sized chunks of your annual goals, your likelihood of hitting your annual goals multiplies. Because you're checking in with yourself. Those are big appointments to keep with yourself. And go through and say, these next 90 days, I'm going to go here. Go to Mexico. What are my goals? I'm going to wherever. So, plan out your year. Where do you want to go? Where do you want, like, dream, like, but like, realistic, you know? I mean, or do you have anything scheduled? What do you want to do in 2019? You want to go 3 places you want to go. I want to take a couple 3 long weekends. I want to go to Quebec City for a long weekend. I want to go on a canoe trip in the summer. I want to go on a ski weekend. 3 things that I know I can accomplish in 1 year. Yeah, triple play.
Yeah, you said that last year too.
I didn't. It wasn't on my goals.
Oh.
If you guys ever do go to triple play, Advisors is an awesome party.
Yeah.
At the top of the park, the Borgata.
Ruined my CE credit.
Yeah. What's that?
It ruined my CE credit.
You're welcome. Hungover for a week.
Yeah.
What stuff do you want? What do you want to buy? Anything big you guys want to buy? Last year was one of my one like little toy for myself for last year. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I collect axes and like vintage logging equipment. Vintage logging equipment. I collect like old axes. I rehang axes. I collect old saws and
I thought you said
things.
axes.
You know, like chop chop. No, it was something I picked up in college, and I've got too many at this point. But there was this one axe that I really wanted, and I've wanted it for like a decade. A $200 axe. Why the hell would you spend $200 on an axe?
It really doesn't work.
So no, it works freaking awesome. It's in my truck right now. I'll go get it for you, but they'll think I'm scary. Anyway, that was one of my carrots. Cash assets. What do you have today? What do you have in your stocks? What do you have in your 401k? What do you have in your mutual funds? What do you have in cash? What do you want to have a year from now? Anybody that knows me, this next thing is really important for me. Giving. It's the whole point. Make, save, and give. That's why we do all this.
What did you end up with for Friendsgiving?
Not enough. Not enough. Goal was 3,500. We hit 2,000.
Thank the president for that.
What's that?
Thank the president for that.
How much do you want to give? Not just in cash, but in time. Giving is very important. We all do well, and there's a lot of people in our area that need help. And we owe it to some people to help. We can give a sliver. What do you want to accomplish? You want to be the #1 producer in your branch? You want to do something big in your life? You want to start a charity? You want to help out with something big? What's important to you? What do you want to do in your life? What's an important personal goal for you? Fitness and health. I miss this goal every year. Lost 20 pounds last year. My goal was 40. I lost 20. Going backwards this time of year, though. Thanksgiving, man. I love that pie. What do you weigh? What do you want to weigh? What do you do? What do you want to do? Talk about your business a little bit. Looking back at the previous forums, so we do this last. What do you need to change? What do you need to do differently in your business? You need to send your past customers a birthday card. You need to call them up on the house anniversary and say, hey, how you been? Connect with your past customers. Do you need to drop by? And a couple realtors stopped by yesterday and gave me gifts. Say bye. It's really cool. What do you need to do in your business to make yourself better? How many hours a week are you working now? How many do you need to work in a year to meet your goals? These are easy. We already answered a lot of them. What did you make this year? What do you want to make next year? What's that look like? How many units do you need to do? What does your net income per transaction have to be in order to hit that goal? What's your commission split? We got to go talk to the boss and see if we can make something better happen. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I've had that conversation before. That's not a fun one. What's it cost you to run your operation? Do you have a team? Number 10. Do you need a bigger team? Do you need a smaller team? I don't. I need a bigger. You guys do. A couple of years ago, I needed a smaller team. What's your new team look like? You need a marketing person? You need to split a person with somebody? You need somebody that can go out and buy. You already have somebody. Do you need somebody to help go show houses? You know, do you need a licensed buyer's agent? What do you need to do to grow your personal business? Love life. What do you love? What don't you love? Second question that you want to improve upon. What need to change? What do you own? Who likes real estate? Every hand should be up. What's it worth today? I always like to add this too. This is something that I've done, and it's kind of neat too. What do you own today, and the value? And then the next question that I kind of added to myself is, what's the equity? How much is yours? If you got something maxed right to the gills, what's the point? You know? Make save a gift. That's under the save category. What do you want it to be in a year from now? Okay? Next one. Now this is the really cool one. This is my absolute favorite. If you asked me 10 years ago what my life would look like today, I couldn't have fathomed where I've gotten. It's because of what Lorraine talked about earlier. It's because I set goals, I did the work for a decade, and the things that I've done, the people that I have on my team, the money, places I own, the building, you know, I mean, I couldn't, if you asked me to draw what my life looked like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been close. And I'm so happy for what I've been able to accomplish. And I know that I'm going to be able to do awesome things, and I'm going to be able to help a lot of other people and bring a lot of people with me. Because this one, I like this. This is fun. This is where you get to dream a little bit. And the cool thing about dreaming, and the cool thing about going back and looking at your dreams and making your dreams a reality, because I don't know how our brain works. I'm not a smart guy. I'm from Colton, New York. That's like saying you're from, like, Irona. Okay?
Colton?
Colton.
I know where that is.
Yeah? Hey, I'm from South Fulton, so that's why I say that. Like, it's like it's a suburb of Potsdam and Tupper Lake. They just put our first yield, our first stop blinky light in. Populated. I know, it's so fancy. That's why I collect taxes. Anyway, but the cool part about having a 5-year vision is most of my 5-year vision goals, and I've done this for 5 years now. I should just be starting to hit some of my goals that I set 5 years ago, right? Now that I'm a big dreamer, there's some I haven't hit. But most of them, I hit in 2 to 3 years. And I hit 2 to 3 years every couple years. The goals that I'm hitting right now, I set 2 or 3 years ago. If you have a long-term vision goal, Tony Robbins, most people way overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they way underestimate what they can do in a decade. I'm not talking about decade, I'm talking about half that time. It's amazing what you can do in a decade. You can do this, and you dream a little bit, and you think a little bit, and you focus, and you go back and look at this. I have some crazy homework that my coach makes me do every 2 weeks, and I freak out about it, and I stress out about it every time it's due. Can I get an amen? But I'm forced to look at this stuff, forced to grow, and it is super worth it, super helpful. So go through, where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? This last year, I just, you can come back 5 years and say, did you do that? Patagonia. I want to go to Patagonia. Take a big trip down to Patagonia, spend a week down there. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. I want to go there. I want to go to Europe. And I'm from Colton, I'm not very well traveled. I was like, I go there every 3 weeks. That's fine. What's some long weekends you want to do? One of my long weekends, I want to do a ski weekend in Colorado. Zip off to Colorado for the weekend.
How long is the plane? Yeah, how long is the plane ride?
No, 4 hours?
I'm not the expert.
Yeah, no, it's not that far.
But to go out for maybe a 4-day weekend or something? You know? Yeah, these are dreams. They're not perfect.
LA is fun.
Yeah. What stuff do you want to do? What stuff do you want? I have my dream truck right now. This was one of my goals a couple years ago. I literally wrote it down. Love that thing. Gives me joy every time I get in there. Turn the thing on. What do you have in the bank right now? What do you have saved? What do you want to have saved? 5 years. If you're not saving money every month, you're not going to hit that. What do you want to give? Think big. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to weigh? The compound interest of goals is amazing. Let's talk about your business. They can afford all that stuff. What's your business got to look like? How's your business going to change? Hours? What do you currently work? What do you want to work? Income. What are you making? What do you want to make? Reverse engineer that. Same stuff we did. If that's what you want to make, how many units a year is that? What's your average GCI per deal? What's your split? expenses. Do you have a team today? Do you need a team in 5 years to accomplish those goals? Love life? Things you like, things you don't like? What do you want it to be in 5 years? And real estate. What do you have? What's your equity? You want to pay it down? You want to acquire more? You need to sell some of it? What's it look like? Was this a worthwhile hour spent?
Yep.
Cool. I really hope you guys hit all your goals. Any one of you wants help? I'm so passionate about this. I absolutely love it. You couldn't tell. I was like, it's crap I drew about like seriously, it's weird. If you guys need help, if you need a friend, if you need an accountability partner, if you need somebody to hold your feet to the fire, let me know. I've done that in the past. I've helped lots of people out before. There's people that I meet with regularly to help them. If you guys want to, I can certainly help you. I want you guys to be better. You guys are awesome.